But Acho, can LeBron keep the Lakers afloat?
Absolutely. Yes. And LeBron James will keep the Lakers afloat. Everybody got to calm down. Stay calm, slick, maintain your calmness. All afloat means is keep them in the playoff pictures, big dog. Like, I don't need LeBron to make them a 1, 2, 3 seed. Just keep them in the playoff picture. To keep them in the playoff picture, stay the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10. Just be able to make sure you can stay in a play-in game. LeBron has to keep them afloat. He does not have to keep them Michael Phelps. All he got to do is keep them above water. And right now, Lakers is above water, and he will maintain that. LeBron James, when he's on the court, Lakers have an above 500 record, 21-20. So as long as LeBron James stays on the court, Lakers will stay above, at least as it pertains to right now their record. Lakers will stay above 500 going forward. That's what LeBron has done over the last 40-plus games. So if LeBron can keep the Lakers where they are at now, or marginal improvement, then LeBron will have kept the Lakers afloat, get them in a play-in game. Anthony Davis comes back. Hopefully they figure things out and they make a little bit of noise. It ain't going to be a yell in the playoffs unless they really turn it around, but make a little bit of noise. LeBron can keep the Lakers afloat.
All right.
Can the Lakers stay afloat? Yes. Can LeBron do it by himself? No. If you look at, first of all, look at the performance last night. I don't want to take anything away from that. LeBron was magnificent. He gave us the fourth quarter. He was kind of coasting the first 3, but fourth quarter he was magnificent. He did everything that was necessary. Arguably the best performance I've seen from him all year long, maybe in the last 2 years. But let's not ignore what it required for him to get that done. Remember I said, didn't give it to us all 4 quarters, just really gave it to us that fourth quarter. And even with that, getting to the final minutes, LeBron James, and this is the beauty of him both as an athlete and as a businessman, he was able to shoot a commercial in the midst of that run in the fourth quarter for his Calm app. But nonetheless, it required. Can I see the clip, please? Yeah. Can we get that? There we go. There we go. Have we seen this before? We've seen this in a commercial. This is a commercial. He's shooting it right now in the midst of winning the game. Very impressive. But nonetheless, there were other instances where legitimately he needed to meditate and rest because he realizes, I got to do this for what, 24 more games? And 14 of those are against teams that are above 500. Now, how have the Lakers done against teams above 500? Ooh, not so good. Not anywhere close to 500. And we don't have it on the screen here, but they're also 9-18 when they're on the road. Guess how many games they have on the road? 14 of 24 left. So everything is tilting toward the Lakers. But to your point, Acho, yes, they can stay afloat. They ain't moving up, but nobody's coming up behind them. Portland Trail Blazers are tanking. New Orleans Pelicans tried to improve. I don't know that C.J. McCollum's going to get it done. So they can stay right where they are and be in the play-in. I don't know about 8, 7, 6. I don't know about moving up, but they can stay right where they are. However, for them to do that, it's not going to be just LeBron. The team collectively, they won the rebounding. Only 10 turnovers last night, 24 assists. Outshot the Jazz. They won that as a team, and they're going to collectively need to do that. LeBron can finish for you, but you're going to have to get him there.
I'm with you, Slick, right there, and I want everyone to stay calm because LeBron James has been here before. Playing with AD, unfortunately, LeBron James knows how to be a Laker without AD. I'm going to give you guys a full screen to show that this is the same team with or without AD this year. Look at the wins and losses. Basically the same. Points per game. Without AD, we score a little more. Field goal percentage, everything looks comparable, almost the same. Fewer turnovers without AD. Basically, I think this team is going to play the exact same in terms of its production and in terms of outcome without AD. But you guys overlooked one point, and it was interesting that LeBron has been here before as well in the past with these Los Angeles Lakers. Remember last year? And his play-in championship experience and how he went out there and, oh, my God, LeBron, what are you doing in the paint, Steph Curry, first of all? And then LeBron James makes his play. So when we talk about LeBron James being in a play-in tournament, play-in championship, This is LeBron James showing you that even with or without AD, I can handle that. My shoulders are broad enough to be the 7th through the 10th seed. But I want to bring up what you ain't right, Acho. I want to bring up what Slick brought up because this is something we're going to have a topic for another day. Show me LeBron on that bench one more time. And everybody talking about how calm he looks. But you know me, I'm about the money. And I'm also about that legacy, LeBron. LeBron is in the GOAT conversation with somebody that's on his jersey. Like, ain't that kind of weird to anybody else out there? Like, if I'm LeBron James, we got to figure out another sponsor. We can't be having Jordan. That is the ultimate sunning of somebody. You would never be the GOAT if you wearing me on your jersey. I digress. All right, sorry.
That is fair.
That's fair.
No, I mean, we're ultimately saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now, Slick, the only place I disagree with you, I do think LeBron James can do it by himself, keeping them as a 9 seed. Doing it by himself, meaning LeBron James, Giannis, only players averaging 29, 7, and 6. As long as LeBron James maintains that level of excellence, I don't think he's going to need a ton from anybody else because he ain't get a ton from anybody else last night. Second high point scorer, 17 points a game, and that was Russ. You know Russ. It ain't nothing for Russ to give you 17 because Russ going to put all the shots up in the world. So I don't think, Slick, that LeBron is going to need a boatload of help because LeBron knows how to pace himself. What LeBron does, in my mind, better than any player in the NBA and really any player in NBA history, he doesn't work harder. He works smarter.
Say it.
He's calculated. He knows when it's time for him to strike. The only time LeBron James cannot strike, if you all recall, the closeout game, Lakers-Suns last year, LeBron tried to pace himself, but the Suns were so good that LeBron James could not strike. Well, that was the Suns team that ended up in the NBA Finals. Going forward, the next 24 games, they are not going to have to continually play NBA Finals caliber opponents. For that reason, LeBron can do it himself to get them there. Anything from there, he's going to need help.
Acho, you always do this to me. Like, here I am praising LeBron, and now you put me in a position where I have to qualify what happened last night.
Say it.
The Utah Jazz are one of the oldest, most unathletic teams in the league. If there was ever a team that was set up for LeBron James to take over in the fourth quarter, this was it. And by the way, yes, Russell Westbrook didn't give them big numbers, but he was efficient. 6 for 13. Yeah, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, okay. They're not completely efficient. But they collectively, he doesn't need that big co-star. And could we also add, we got Anthony Davis out and they're saying 2 weeks. 2 weeks and then they'll recheck him. Could we just start, with anybody who knows the history of Anthony Davis and injuries, could we just start, Anthony Davis is going to be out 6 months and work back from there?
Ooh.
Because I guarantee you,
Ooh.
I thought he'd actually broken the ankle with the way that it flexed, and I'm sure that it's a high sprain rather than a normal sprain, and I would expect that, in fact, I'd be surprised if this isn't 4 to 6 weeks in terms of seeing him, not only because of Anthony Davis's history, but simply because the type of injury that they have. But coming back to LeBron, the teams that they have to play are all playing fast and up-tempo. The Jazz are vulnerable. The one thing that this win gives LeBron and the Lakers is that somehow, some way, they were to get matched up in a first round against the Utah Jazz. I think the Lakers are built to pull an upset on that because of how the Utah Jazz are. But let's be clear. He was playing against Bojan Bogdanovic, Rudy Gobert, and Royce Neal. All took a turn trying to stop him. That's not exactly a killer's row when it comes to one-on-one defenders trying to stop somebody like LeBron James. Again, I don't want to take anything away from it because it was magnificent. It was impressive. But to think that LeBron is going to consistently do this over the last 24 games at age 37, you know what? They're going to have to redo that Calm app because they're going to have to extend the number of minutes that you get on it if that's going to be the case.
Take that damn Jordan logo off next time you do that app. Oh, man. Man, I feel for AD. I feel for Anthony Davis, and I am being sincere up here. I saw some people out there, you know, social media, especially when you have a platform and you actually see the guys and know the guys. You can't like everything. You can't retweet everything, right? Somebody called him a Q-tip because he's soft on both ends. And I was like, man, y'all wrong out here in these streets. But let me tell you why y'all wrong. Because I was injury prone, and it robbed me of being anything that I desired to be in full. But it's robbing AD, who is already a tremendous, great player, and some would say all-timer. And I saw him when he got injured, and I didn't know if he was screaming more in physical pain or mental pain, because getting back up that mountain, once you get knocked down constantly, consistently, y'all don't understand what this man is going through. So I didn't have any jokes for AD. Matter of fact, all I see is these Lakers going out there once again, staying afloat. They score more points, shoot better from the three, turn the ball over less without AD. They'll be the same team. We all get that. But I want to give y'all a fun fact going out. You know the Lakers' largest win streak this year was 4 games, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that came when AD was out with a knee injury. So we may see the same Lakers, good, bad, or ugly, without AD.